Welcome back. Today we're going to look at the contingency tables and mosaic plots of two different categorical variables, genre and release date. To simplify the contingency tables and mosaic plots to 2x2 and 2x3, I've created another variable called century, in which 20th indicates that the album was released in the 20th century, and 21st indicates that the album was released in the 21st century. The 2x2 contingency table and mosaic plot is going to be between century and pop/rock variable, and 2x3 is going to be between century and genre 3. Okay, let's dive right in. Let's start with clicking the Analyze button, fit Y by X, select century as the X factor, and select pop/rock as the Y response, and hit OK. And there's the 2x2 contingency table and mosaic plot. Looking at the marginal frequencies of the genre variables, we see, as we observed in the last video, that approximately 62% of the observations are either pop or rock genre, and 38% is categorized as others. This is represented in the bar strip at the right side of the mosaic plot. The marginal frequencies of the century variables, on the other hand, is represented as the width of the mosaic plot, in which 80% approximately of the observations are released in the 20th century, and approximately 20% of the total observations was released in the 21st century. Which is not surprising, since only 12 years worth of the observations out of a total of 70 are in the 21st century. Now let's look at the row frequencies within each of the centuries. Among the albums released in the 20th century, approximately 58% is considered as pop or rock genre, while 76% of the albums released in the 21st century is considered as either pop or rock genre. This can be represented by the height of each blue blocks in the mosaic plot. The left block has a height of 0.58, while the right block has the height of 0.75. Comparing the two row frequencies, it seems that the pop and rock genre portion of the million hit single albums are greater in the 21st century than in the 20th century, approximately 1.3 times more frequent. So would that be the end of our analysis and we can just jump into some sort of conclusions? Not quite, because there might be something going on within the pop/rock variable. We know this because we've arbitrarily just clustered the 7 genres into 2 observation groups in order for us to make a 2x2 contingency table. Let's dissect this a little bit. Let's put pop and rock genre into 2 different observation groups, which is exactly what genre 3 variable does. So let me just clear this off and go to the Analyze button again, hit fit Y by X, and we're going to now select the century in the X factor and the genre 3 variable as the Y response. Hit OK, and now we have the 2x3 mosaic plot and contingency table. Now things are looking a little different. The first thing that brings us into attention is the prevalence of pop genre amongst the observed albums released in the 21st century. Looking at the row frequencies, a whopping 68% of the 21st century albums are pop genre, more than twice as frequent as that in the 20th century, which is approximately 29%. Another thing to note is that the release date of the rock genre albums are heavily concentrated in the 20th century. Looking at the column frequencies, approximately 94% of the observed rock albums were released in the 20th century, while only 6% were released in the 21st century. This is about half the column frequency of other genre albums and less than 1/5 of the column frequency of pop genre albums, which are 12.77% and 37.78%, respectively. So now that we've observed a 2x3 contingency table and mosaic plot, we can now suggest with a bit more confidence that it is the pop, not rock genre, that made a massive increase in its genre portions from the music albums in the 20th century to the observed music albums in the 21st century. And looking at the observations, it is very justifiable. These songs mostly are so catchy that it makes a smile on your face. Case in point, and with that tune of Moves Like Jagger by Maroon 5, have a wonderful day. Hope you learned a lot from this video. I'll see you guys next time. This is John Shin from Teaching Statistical Thinking signing out.